what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Witcher, and last time round we successfully fended off both the Professor and the Professor's little pet Kikimor, which, you know, may or may not have been a gigantic queen that was actually far more difficult than he was and capable of killing us with a small little tap. So, with that, that means we are actually all the way into, what is this now, Act 4 or Chapter 4 already? I believe there are only 5 chapters, so getting kind of close to the end of the game, dare I say, kind of close to the end of the game. And we are now in Fish World, where we ran into one young girl who didn't make a ton of sense, and basically told us that this entire area is ruled by fish people, including that guy. So what exactly that means for us? Hard to say at this point. We know that we are apparently chasing after another Witcher. One would assume it's Berengar, and we heard that he may be siding with, well, Salamandra. And yes, this is going to get blurred, because we have another nymph.
Greetings.
Without a shirt.
If not for my woes, I'd rejoice in a swim with you.
What concerns you?
That sounds like a metaphor.
You mentioned.
I'm gonna try to make this quick so we don't have to
Terrible
blur
indeed.
very much.
I lost my turquoise necklace as I swam in moonlight, a gift from the Lady of the Lake.
Where did you swim?
I usually bathe in the lake, yet that night I dared the river near the village. Sadly, the drowners abide there, led by Zephyr.
Okay, who's Zephyr?
Once one of Vizima's most famous thieves. He moved.
I feel like we've heard that
quietly
name
as the
before.
wind, and quite handsome.
And now?
He once escaped
Now
from
he
sewers,
is
but his loot
atrociously
proved too
ugly.
heavy. He joined the drowned
Receding
dead,
hairline.
but old habits rarely die. as
Lost a
I do.
tooth.
He still steals?
Of course. Doubtless he stole my necklace. The drowners ever protect him.
I'll search for your necklace.
We'll search for the necklace. no
How
big deal.
wonderful! I have no gold with which to pay.
I mean, that...
Perhaps some trinkets
Yeah.
could prove useful.
Okay,
It's a
maybe.
deal then.
I shall await
The
you at
lack
end
of
the
gold
beach,
is,
in an enchanted
makes it a little tough,
island.
though. Not gonna lie. Okay, how do we find this person?
Zephyr?
If you slay enough drowners, he'll appear to discover the problem. Remember, drowners only venture out at night.
Yeah, we've met our fair share of drowners.
Where do I find the drowners
I just
protecting
asked.
Zephyr?
They gather at night here on the shore.
Sort of.
If you
But
borrow a
not quite.
boat, you may reach the island where you'll find others. Some linger near the village.
Okay, sounds like they're gonna be all over the place, but also, who
Who
are
are
you?
you?
Person
A
who
naiad.
you probably
A water
can't
nymph.
see right now.
I serve the Lady of the Lake.
Okay,
Farewell.
that will be that. Right, and as soon as I get her out of frame, right now we should be good to undo the blur.
I know everything. Ask me.
This is the person that we originally met,
Take care.
and in the 5 minutes in which we have not seen you, miraculously, not much has happened. Now, this shiny crystal here has drawn my attention. Now, is there Yurden sign? Isn't that the trap? Yeah. One where we make a little sign on the ground. The fact that there is one of those here, to me, would suggest that perhaps we're about to find some enemies in this area. I get the sense this is not technically the quote-unquote correct direction. And for that reason, I'm gonna say, maybe it's worth checking our map. Yeah, because this area is humongous. Oh, Fisher King's Hut. I would assume we're probably technically supposed to go to the Fisher King's Hut, and then... No... Okay, so that's the place where supposedly the drowners with the necklace would be, but I think that is, I would assume, just a side quest, not a main quest, so not our primary objective. Wow. These look valuable. I have to imagine this is probably related with some quests that we just don't know about yet. Hello, monkey dude. I'd like to believe that you're innocent and that there's no reason to fight you, but in this world, it's hard to be sure of anything. Okay, yep, just gonna turn this way, And try to not look at you. Are following me, seemingly. Okay, now we should be in the clear. Sure. We will make our way over to that hut. I'm assuming that is the place where we are most likely to meet, well, other, I hope, humans, but potentially more fish people. And I suppose the fish people can talk to us, and that's not the end of the world. But it'd be nice to get a little more information about what is the deal here. Because, I mean, we've heard, I don't think, anything about this area. At least, not while we were in any of the other places in Vizima or Greater Vizima. Here's the boat. But I'm assuming, well, I was assuming we would wait to do that until after we made our way in here. Okay, there we go. Right. Any chance that you people are not happy to see us here? Seems peaceful enough. Not in immediate danger, because there have been times when walking into buildings has meant immediately fighting enemies of some variety. To some surprise. At least to me. So let's wake this guy up, because I'm sure he'll love that. It's a great way to introduce ourselves to a complete stranger in an area that we've never been before and know no one.
Hmm? Greetings. You're the Fisher King, right?
King?
Well, I have a professional interest in the area. You see, I'm a witcher. Any monsters in the lake? Amphisbaenas? Dragonflies?
Not sure this guy
Water
talks.
creepers? No.
Yeah.
I see. The lake's safe. While we're talking.
I mean, potentially
Could
this?
I use your boat? Take care.
It's just a all-around nice guy. True gentleman. Music is pretty sweet. Very fitting. Look at that. Romantic getaway. You know, ignore the fact that there's potentially dramatic turns in that peaceful music that I was just commenting about. And also, you know, like maybe fish people that may or may not want to kill us that we have not really determined one way or another just yet. So I'm not sure if we actually want to go in the boat yet. We check here first. There's always a crypt. I mean, yes, I guess. People have to go somewhere when they are no longer with us. But, you would think that there would be other notable features in these areas, other than just crypt, crypt, crypt every single time we go somewhere. I mean, obviously, of course, it does lend itself pretty well to fighting enemies, but... Okay, we do have... Well... I think we do test this out first, because I have no idea what exactly we're planning to do with the boat. I mean, well done, Lids. We're gonna row, we're gonna boat our way somewhere, obviously. But does that mean that we're gonna be permanently leaving this area? I, quite frankly, no idea. So I think to the extent that we can, let's investigate a little bit further. We'll visit that bathing place where, I mean, I don't think that actually needs, there are currently any people or nymphs bathing there as much as it's just the place where that nymph was bathing in the past and lost her necklace. So we should expect drowners. And by drowners, I mean wyverns, of course. These are really one and the same. So, one wyvern at a time we have fought before. And it's not that notable. Well, it's still kind of difficult. 2 wyverns simultaneously. Tough. You obviously see that there's a corpse there, and I would love if we could separate you from your friend, which I think we've done. Okay, you totally did not hit us there. Yet, you said that you hit us. does frustrate me a little bit. Also, I totally just tried to use the sign there, and it clearly did not work. Although, as you can see here, damage-wise, we're in decent shape. As long as it remains a 1v1. I think we have a few more special moves since the last time we faced off against some wyverns. Might have been last time when we picked up this sword. Just you. Alright, please keep that sword drawn. Thank you. If it's just you, then this should be fine. If you have other friends that you're about to bring here, then this becomes a lot more complicated. And quite frankly, I have no idea what to expect. It looks like just the two of you that we've already killed one of, and are obviously fighting the latter one right now, but I don't know. Is anything waiting in the darkness over there? Over the ledge? Have to ambush us as soon as we head over to the corpse? Making dramatic sounds. Okay. It's not like there's any quest items on this guy, but I am noticing this path does certainly continue. Yeah, this is the main way in. Crypt. Passage to murky waters. Sounds like that's a new area. Maybe this isn't quite as large an area as I'd anticipated it. Or initially, it looked like it was really zoomed out, and so I was thinking that it would be kind of like the swamp area in Vizima or neighboring Vizima, where there's just so much stuff. Ooh, there's a tower. Can we teleport back to Kalkstein's laboratory? Or any other place, for that matter? I mean, I suppose. Oh. Oh, whoa. I mean, that was cool. But at the same time, I'm noticing a bit of a trend here. Trend that it does appear as though... Oh, come on. Oh, we can one-shot a wyvern. That's good to know. It does appear as though the wyverns are, rather comfortable. Rather well-established in this area. Are we really on group stance? And again. Not bad. I'll take that. Suppose I'll take these two. So yeah, I mean, these fights here, manageable. But as soon as... What? Oh, that is the... Is that the same house? Hold on. It is. Oh, okay. I've successfully gone in a circle. And or realized that King Fisherman has quite a few dragons that are very close to his house, which is, you know, pretty concerning. I think that would be the type of thing that might normally dissuade someone from setting up shop in such an area. Really depresses the real estate value. You know, like, super fun site, dragon infestation, bad view. They're like the top few things, right? Are a lot of you at the moment. That is not what I wanted to happen. That was. And drowners, at this stage, shouldn't really be much of a challenge. Except through sheer numbers, and yeah... Now we're talking just two of them at this point. That should be fun. I wasn't really concerned. We were gonna be fine. Granted, there was talk that fighting a certain amount of drowners would attract the attention of the significant thief dude who actually stole the materials or the necklace from the nymph. And I would assume that that individual, far more powerful than these random drowners, now would set an individual powerful as, say, Ikamar Queen? Hope not. then we'd be in a lot of trouble. But this is currently the last drowner here. It lead me to believe that this might be the last one we need to fight before we attract that person's attention. I'm doing the 360. Currently not seeing anything. Might want to double check that quest log, see what it says. And don't know if those sound effects are just the range of things we can hear in this area, or if that is actually that something is, like some ghost-like creature is getting summoned. The drowners at the lakeside have 2 more groups before I face their leader. Okay, 2 more groups. I did not realize that. Alright, well that wasn't so bad. I think one of them was the murky waters, and well, I don't know where the other ones were. Of course, there's a cave. It's an elven cave, and it is also apparently right here. And there's an elf. And the elves, I'm assuming word gets round that we have not been so great to them. That, you know, like, ooh, you are fast. Assuming word gets around to them that their friends back in the Vizima area, well, they weren't a huge fans of ours. You are far and away the fastest wolves I've seen. Are you any more challenging than the wolves we saw in the swamplands? I do remember, despite being relatively small enemies, that they did take a fair amount of hits. That doesn't surprise me so much. They are also an enemy that tends to be getting their power through primarily just their numbers. So, yeah, if we could, like, prevent that other one from finding us until we at least take the other one out, and we should be fine. Did you think that monkey was another wolf coming to take us down for a second? Monkey, stay away, man. Not safe here. Not safe. And we are out of room for crafting stuff. Which is potentially problematic. Okay, music really needs to chill out. It's really calm, and then you just get that really dramatic drum beat. Technically a new area. Okay. Check the map again. See if we find... oh! Anything else of note? Passage to Fields sounds like that's a totally different location. And it sounds like Murky Waters is also technically an entirely different location. So, I mean, those things intrigue me. I feel like we are supposed to explore this whole area first. That basket does seem intriguing to me. It's calling my name. Never mind the fact that, you know, there are like skeleton bones right next to it. Sure, nothing bad could possibly happen by going here. And the fact that we got a health potion from that swallow, maybe we should take that as a hint. Game is kind of saying, hey, we know that you may or may not have just fought several rounds of bosses, that you probably blew through any potions that you had. So we're just going to give you a free one here. Another place of power? Wow. But also, that doesn't look good. This is... so what I'm not sure about is, I would think according to this map that we're going to hit an invisible wall around the borderline of these trees, so I'm thinking this area is not nearly as big as it appears as though it might be. Although, this would be the primary test. So maybe take the place of power, and then we'll do this. Is there a limit to how many different places of power you can have simultaneously? There are a lot here, and yes, apparently there is. Because we did just replace one. Assigning intensity by 100%. That is a ton. I also just not go in the direction I meant to go. And I'm going to keep my sword drawn. Just in case. Again, you know, like, the corpses... something tells me that's some sort of indication. This is not the safest of places. And yeah, this is the invisible wall that I was anticipating. Now, I don't remember, like I was saying, the quest that we were looking at before, at least what little quest we have, It looked like that was something that would require us to go... Oh no, okay, we do need to take the boat somewhere else. Otherwise, I would think it's the fields or murky waters for us. I don't want to do that just yet. There are other quests, though. Other ones that we just kind of got by default. Ripples, looks like this is technically the main quest. The crypt, okay. The humans and the Voidroy seem to be in conflict. Another Witcher agreed to solve the problem. They didn't, but then did nothing. They say I can find him in the crypt. I must go to the crypt, talk to the Witcher who took this job before me. Okay, I do remember, I think it was the first little girl we saw in this area who seemed to have said that that was something we should look into. And we have reason to believe this is likely to be Berengar. And that would take us in the opposite direction. I mean, I don't have a strong opinion as to whether we ought to go to the fields versus crypt versus oak curse. Very informative, thank you. So, I mean, well, yeah, while we're here, let's go to the fields. If we could make it through extremely thicket. Here? Oh yeah, no, we're fine. Because I don't know how much stuff there's going to be here. This place is creepy. Totally not extremely creepy. I don't know if there are other werewolves that one could theoretically encounter, other than the one that we've already encountered in town. But if that is a possibility, something tells me this is more or less exactly the set of circumstances I would expect to find said werewolves under. 3 a.m.? Yeah, that's werewolf time, right? So, don't mind me, as I very tensely and tentatively eat my way through here. Ready to jump. On? Yes, that did start on me. Not quite as much as I expected it to. Raspberry. Oh! That's pleasant. We also don't have any room for this, as we previously established. That would lead me to believe, though, that we picked up something that we did not have in the past. Filled a spot. Not really. Not seeing anything that looks like it's a full stack that we could get rid of one of the smaller stacks to make space. Oh, hold on. Wait, we have two? Sort and stack all items in the alchemies. Okay. Looks like that's kind of just like an auto filter that we absolutely have not used in the past because I didn't realize it even existed. Oh my god, what is happening? Get with the music. Dude, man. Composer. You gotta stop doing this to me. Calm music, you lull me to sleep, and then you throw in those dramatic things, and I'm like, what on earth is happening? Like you knew that was going to be my reaction. Also, yes, apparently you can explore these areas that are gray down here, which I suppose we shouldn't have been terribly surprised about, because that has been the case in the past. That does really look like a cave. Directly behind us. That is because... Oh, we're about to find out. And with the birds. I think we went past that cave. Yeah? What's the crypt? That might be... I mean, like I was saying before, there are so many crypts. What do we got? anything at all? I don't really know. There are so many crypts that this could be the same one and just like the opposite end of it. We saw earlier. Ooh. Buildings over there, potentially. Or this might be an entirely separate crypt. They kind of just grow on trees. Oh! That's something. Devourer. That sounds pleasant. But also... village? Is it going to be a village full of devourers? Could be. The way things are headed. Hermit's hut? I mean... yeah, we have met a hermit before. Said hermit was, of course, cannibal. So... not like I'm thinking this is necessarily a safe location here. Oh! Yeah. Alright. Saw something that we didn't make that required mandrake root not long ago. Pretty sure we can get these really easily. Probably should have dropped those earlier. Other things that are easy to get. These are easy as well. Or at least they were in the past. Are we not going to be able to find them anymore, so that's a grave mistake to get rid of them? Possibly. But yeah, you know, like having a bunch of arrows right outside your house and super creepy lighting doesn't help make your case that you are not an extremely dangerous hermit. You know what? Let's maybe just like... I think we're overdue for that, right? Just in case. Or maybe this guy just really doesn't want to say hello to us. I don't know if that building is technically the main establishment, or if this is. Apparently this is. Okay. Don't appear to immediately be looking to murder us. I'm watching you. What does this say? Tome discussing the abilities of sources. Individuals in whose veins courses elder blood. Ooh. Okay, I mean, yeah, that is definitely something that is dangerous stuff. If we consider what happened with Alvin and how everyone seemed to be really interested in him because he supposedly has some elder blood. And I think that the book that Azar Javed tried to get from the Mage's Tower, did successfully get from the Mage's Tower, had a lot to do with that. So, yeah, the fact that this guy has a book about that is probably further indication that this is not some humble little hermit in the woods. Alright. It is impossible to accurately trace the genes of Larador. Fates of entire generations are lost to time. Picture further distorted by unclear lineages, bastard children, intentional historical falsification, and a simple lack of records. In many cases, elder blood is too thin and has lost its power. Moreover, not every source attributes their magical skills to the presence of Lara's genes. So was that generally supposed to be the thing that tied all wizards and witches together? Was they have some connection, some bloodline that traces back to Larador, including people we've met, like Triss? Few, in whom the mutation has occurred, are marked by extraordinary abilities. They are able to travel through time and space and possess certain magical abilities. These talents are, however, wild and uncontrolled, manifesting themselves in times of stress or strong emotions, surprising even their possessors. Now I'm thinking of Alvin, because, of course, we know Alvin does, of course, have some form of elder blood. And, yeah, uncontrollable magical things, that does seem to describe him pretty well. History knows of travelers flung far in time and space by their own abilities. That is why the Brotherhood of Sorcerers should take special care of the Source children, raise them under its watchful eye. Again, like Alvin. And that falls under the general magic category. And there we speak to the creepy hermit.
Who has the lady led to me?
Greetings. My name is Geralt.
A witcher? Here to deal with the noon wraiths?
More
What?
or less.
Apparently.
Lead the life of a hermit with few luxuries, but make yourself at home. I can offer water, food, and a game of dice.
I'm also a super professional at dice. So, good luck, buddy. I mean, that's awfully presumptuous, but...
By your speech, I assume you're well educated.
Correct. I spent most of my life serving King Foltest as a diplomat.
How'd you end
Would
up
it
out
be
here?
forward if I asked what inspired you to seek isolation?
I can only state that I left when the Lady of the Lake summoned me to serve her.
Don't you get bored?
I brought my library when I went into exile. I used the
Yeah.
knowledge of the books of herbs to prepare potions for the people of Murky Waters, who provide food in exchange.
And also that book that we just read.
Your knowledge could be useful.
To
Years
us.
of solitude have allowed me to copy some of my books many times over. I would be delighted to know these copies were of use to another.
Oh. Oh, so that means you can actually... I mean, it would be nice if you, like, gave them to us for free, of course. But okay. Lots of questions.
Anything a witcher can do.
Because we
for
still
you?
know next to
I
nothing
have
about
a
this
problem.
area.
How can I help?
There's a druid's ring nearby with an ancient statue of the goddess. The place
Okay.
is saturated with the power and attracts dangerous entities.
Not surprising.
The wild
Understandable.
hunt began
Uh.
haunting the ring recently. Its king hopes to lure the souls of the warriors laid in the kurgans by my hut.
I have dealt with the hunt. What would you like me to do?
Kill 9 phantoms, a hallowed number of the druids. Perhaps the appearance of a witcher will drive off the king of the hunt. As your reward, you may have a book on vampires, ownership of a hut, or a wreath of immortals.
Wait. By ownership of a hut? You mean not a book about ownership of a hut? Because that sounds remarkably boring. You mean, like, actually, you'll give us a hut. Okay.
I can do that.
I mean,
Remember this. The king of the hunt is a powerful opponent, and no mortal, not even you, can hope to defeat him.
So
Yeah.
how do I fight him?
that's what I was
Find
worried about.
mandrake root by the kurgans near my hut. The magic herb will keep the king of the hunt at bay. Merely light the candle that stands within the ring and sprinkle mandrake upon the flame.
Yeah, that sounds helpful.
So, also sounds terrifying. Because, you know, breaking the fourth wall a little bit here, but, it's not like there's an entire game that's named after the Wild Hunt. Which would suggest that this thing is pretty notable, and, you know, the fact that nobody has ever killed it suggests that it'd be kind of tough. You had a lot of other stuff, too. Interests me. Yeah, so what I'm really hoping is that the Wild Hunt is not just like, you know, wandering around, oh, hey, by the way, sneaking up behind you, let me just tap you on the shoulder and instantly kill you when you least expect it. That would stink. So... I have no idea what this would lead to,
Can
but
I
sure.
ask you something?
What is it?
This and all these things?
Who lies beneath the kurgans I saw before your hermitage?
Knights who died serving the lady over the ages. Gavanda defended her honor against the Black Skull Knight. Elavera perished at the foot of her altar fighting a water beast. Boar's tomb is symbolic, for the knight was lost on a holy mission. The last is for Renard, an ordinary innkeeper who stopped customers from pissing in the lake.
Noble, indeed.
Do you take care of the kurgans?
Indeed. That is how I serve the lady. Her power is strong near the kurgans.
What is a Kurgan?
At night,
Actually, though?
sometimes you can speak with the lady's champions. From them I draw wisdom and knowledge of past times.
Does that mean we can actually talk to the ghosts? Okay, but on the Wild
What
Hunt,
do you know about the wild hunt?
'Tis a
How
group of
terrified should we be?
crazed spectres who traverse the heavens
Oh, it's
searching
multiple.
for
Okay.
souls like themselves. They are susceptible to magic, especially of the ritual kind.
so it's not just one entity known as the Wild Hunt, it's a group that's helpful to know.
Can
One
I
other
ask you
thing, right?
something?
What
One
is
of the
it?
rewards that he was potentially offering us?
What can the Wreath of Immortelles do?
You might find it useful.
Thank you. That is very, very descriptive. Okay. Do you have new things that we have not seen? I would think you probably do. Not this one. That one. That one. Seen all those. Okay. Ritual plants, I'm assuming, are some of the things that we've only just started to see here. Like the things that we wanted to pick up earlier, but didn't have the space to do. This means formula for the Zerrikanian Sun and Devil's Puffball. Seems legit. Yes, we have seen that. The Golden Oriole, apparently we've seen this too. So this is the only one we haven't seen yet, at least of thus far. Oh, this too. Tech Tree's filter? Oh! Assuming that's temporary. It's a potion that does this, and that's a temporary effect, because we were looking at some of this stuff earlier, or a while ago, for one of the potions that increased maximum endurance. I was like, oh, let's just spam them all. Give ourselves crazy maximum endurance, and we'll have that for the rest of the game. No, it was temporary. Even though it doesn't say it there, I suspect that's the same case there. Timor's Iron, no contains potion. Timor Queen's Nerve. I mean, we do have one of those, and it tends to be that most of those end of chapter bosses seem to give notable potions that allow you to get a one-time amount of skill points, really. I wonder if that's going to be the case here, so that might be worth picking up. Werewolf Fur. I think we saw someone who was offering this before, and I don't know if we're going to run into more werewolves, or if that was just something that we happen to potentially have the option of picking up, like if we happen to fight Vincent. Wolverine? Any points do we have? Not quite the fish. I swear we bought this. And then I was supposed... Okay, again with the music. You gotta stop that, man. I feel like we bought this once, and then I forgot to read it, and then we sold it back, assuming that I had read it, because I'm pretty sure we've seen this already. And this would explain why, despite having already bought many Kikimores, we have not actually gotten any of the items from them. Vampires... Ooh. We do get some items from Letters and Alps and Bruxay. We haven't bought many of them. But I suspect we may run into more. So this looks like a really good list of stuff here. And the Voidionoi, obviously, we're expecting to run into a lot more of those. Targeting the underwater race of Voidionoi warriors and clerics, as well as the mysterious Dagon. Saw that name come up somewhere. Where I was like, supposed to be dragon? I don't remember where exactly that was. I already read that one. Minerals, we've seen this, but we didn't buy it. Seen and bought and used. Maybe it was this. That is very expensive. I wonder if that's a quest item. Otherwise, I'm not sure what that would be. Oh my god, stop this music! You're actually going to make me have a heart attack. What time is it, out of curiosity? Like, things gonna suddenly get peaceful once day breaks? That'd be really nice, because you're not doing a great job of easing the tension at all. I know that's kind of like the point of the music is to not make things seem peaceful. But seriously. Oh, okay. Sure, let's read about the fields. In the fields surrounding the village, golden stalks of grain proudly sway in the wind, while the picturesque ruins of an old monastery and a small hermit's hut give the place a fairy tale feel. Except with a little bit of a nightmare twist. Recently, this idyllic scene was disrupted by the appearance of noon wraiths, giant centipedes, and devourers. Just lovely. It's astounding how much ancient magic is left in this land. Here stands the Druid Circle, with which the sages can measure time and, according to some, predict the future. Ooh. Could be a little intriguing. Oh, I meant to face that guy at poker. Are these all the people who I could have played but may not have actually succeeded against? But I thought it was sufficient just to play them once, even though we lost? Oops. Not sure if we're ever going to see those people again, quite frankly. That's the wrong building. I'm going to play you at poker, and I really hope that means that we're going to have the poker music playing and not this crazy music that I was foolish enough to praise at one point for being calming.
How?
This. Oh no, that's not what I meant. What? No. Just kidding.
How
I saw
can
the shiny circle and thought that it was the one for playing dice.
You play dice?
Oh, not so often. I see it as mental exercise.
Yes, and strangely, relaxation from this odd place. Okay. Here goes nothing. It's really not bad. Got pair of 5s, pair of 2s. And you got almost the same thing. Well, okay, no, not almost the same thing. Definitely have a pretty strong lead here. So the thing is, I'm gonna keep this low stakes because I don't know what to expect in terms of how many people we're gonna have to trade with. Oh, I didn't even reroll anything. That's my mistake. Hopefully we don't get punished for that, and we did. Yeah. My bad. He got a triple, which outdoes a couple pairs, so... Oops. That's what I get for zoning out a little bit there. Because I lost my train of thought. But anyways, let's see if we can take him out in this round, in which we have precisely nothing. He has snake eyes, which is as close to precisely nothing as you can have without actually having precisely nothing. Here is where we will do better than we did last time, and remember to re-roll, because otherwise we would be guaranteed to lose. He'd get a pair of 6s, so at present we're winning, but he does, of course, get another chance to re-roll, and he beat us. Triple 1s. But, alas, 20 coins lost. Not a huge deal. And yes, we did get a little bit of a break from the tense music, which was the real goal, doing that. So, let's take a quick look at the map and see what else we might expect to run into here, / want to target. There's the Druid Circle, which we just learned is likely to have some sort of subset of the Wild Hunt, which sounds like a terrible thing for us to try to do right now when we are still getting the lay of the land and don't really know what to expect to run into here. So I think that's gonna be something that we come back to later on, because it also, I'm guessing, is going to be one of the more difficult things here, given how they were talking about how they're, enemies that were killed. So I'm a little tempted to check out the crypt, but I'm also interested to see what is beyond the tree here and what appears to be some sort of other set of buildings, because we heard something about a monastery, I think? So, we'll put the tree on. That is possible. No, he won't let us. Put the murky waters there, and we just won't make it all the way there. Make it part of the way there. Before we run into that stuff. That is, assuming that we don't run into trouble for that, which we probably will. I really thought that was something moving on the horizon there. Something big and scary. Also, that's the Druid Circle. So, don't go there. And that, just verified. Yeah. Is not that place. It is one of these places. Can get multiple of these. Ard sign is the one that we really like. That's cool. That is a dead end. So we're gonna hug this wall, I think. Ooh, there's the Devourer. Which... can't really tell what type of enemy that is, because it seems like... Ooh, is that gonna be the crypt? I bet that's the crypt. Check their map to verify. It is. Okay, so... we could go here now. Actually, I'm curious. We click on the quest that says we're supposed to find someone in the crypt. Does it also direct us to this crypt? Doesn't. It says go back this way and find the other crypt. That would lead me to believe that it's likely that this is an entirely separate crypt altogether. But I think we're going off the rails a little bit here. We're deviating from the plan. But you know what? It's an open world game. You can't stop me. Alright, there appears to be other village. And the wolf howl, in case there was any further questions as to whether or not there were werewolves here. Doesn't look good. Can we confirm now this is something? It says Meadows. Small farm. On the Druid Circle. I'm a little surprised to see. There is more here than I was expecting. But also, it is tough to go through here without light. Slash, I'm imagining we will continue to find other meanies. What the heck was that sound? Guys are actually closer than I anticipated they would. Hey! Dude! Seriously, at this point, I'm not even kidding. Like, that is crazy. Who thought that was okay? Comes out of nowhere. That one gave us sign intensity again. Like, actually, though, I legitimately want... okay, this is the wrong direction. But I actually want to get out of here as quickly as possible. Because I'm concerned for my well-being. So, as interested as I may be in seeing what else is over here, like I was saying before, I think it can wait. Right in thinking this was the way out that we were thinking? No, this is the way we came from. Blah. My bad. So, I mean, would have been a relatively short trip had we just stuck to the path, of course. Now we will do that. In the correct direction this time. And we will try to get out of here. ASAP. Or something truly bad happens. We're gonna run into you, aren't we? Yep. So... assuming silver... heavy sword. You are big. And... disturbing. Arguably, may need to blur that, but... good sign that at least we can take you out in one hit when we do stun you. So I'm assuming that you probably do deal a lot of damage. I mean, that was just one hit. Dealt a fair bit of hurt. How many more of these guys do we anticipate we'll need to go through? Possibly a couple. We determine that we have room to pick this up this very instant we do? Possibly not in the future. We find other useful things. So, we lead off with the sign. Could be good here. Yeah, it's in fact. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Okay. Sign didn't actually stun you there. Nor did it there. So, actually fighting me this time and getting a better sense as to how much HP you truly have, how much damage you can do in a full-fledged fight. And the answer is... it's not so bad. Oh. Yeah, I bet Devour's Tooth is something that, say, the dentist would really like. And now I'm wondering... we ought to dump more of this relatively common stuff that we might have picked up, like these fangs. I'm not sure we really do that. Similarly, what? Tavern, that's stuff we would get from all the drowners before, and assume. Oh, and it's acid. However you say that. Not sure if that's hard G or soft G. Wouldn't we have gotten stuff from the previous one that we took out too? Did I just run right by that? Possibly? Did you legitimately not drop anything? May have legitimately not dropped anything. Or it was far enough back that I just... no? I completely ignored it. I'm assuming this stuff is more valuable than other things that we... well, there's another one. We would have found from older enemies. Granted, older enemies may be harder to come by now, and therefore their materials might be rarer than they were in the past, but keep that out, please. But I think, at least in the case of drowners and drowned dead, should still be able to find that stuff fairly easily, because it sounds like there's still more of that stuff in and around here. Could we have made a shortcut and just cut down from that area toward here? Yes, that was the intention. Then we, of course, turned in the wrong direction for the place where we came in. Let's get out of here. Are the murky waters going to be any safer? Probably not. Apparently there's a village here. Uh-oh. Cutscene? Question mark? Black screen. Yes. What?
Geralt.
What are you doing here? Also,
How did you get
please, distance.
By teleport.
Personal space.
here? Triss teleported me too. It was amazing. I always wanted to see what it's like.
She did that for you? Must be having an off day.
So why did Triss teleport you here?
Let's say she saved me from the kiss of death.
Interesting.
Sort of.
Perhaps I'll use it in my new ballad.
As for
But in
why
case,
exactly we
what
wanted
a
to get a
truly
kiss from the
delightful
princess,
place.
a little questionable.
Triss said we should stay here until Princess Ada stops dreaming of slitting your throat.
I
That
have
sounds
to agree.
useful.
So, tell me about this place. In prose, if you don't mind.
I
It's
am
so
pleased to
charming
see
and
a familiar
thoroughly
face, at
magical
least.
in its mood. The peasants seem altogether happy, while the peasant women are,
Dandelion. Something specific?
Well, there's gonna be a wedding. Alina, the village mayor's daughter, will marry Julian, a wealthy merchant from Kovir. Then there are the Vodianoi. Oh, Alina's taking care of Alvin.
What?
Our Alvin?
Well, yes, unless he has a twin.
Dandelion.
When did that happen?
Yes. Oh, I just remembered. Triss said you should watch him since others are after him. Or something like that.
Chris, why did
Anything
you
else?
give it to a
I don't
random
think so.
person over here?
Now to the
Now-
tavern to meet some charming lass who'll get my spirits up.
I mean... I could kind of use a nice little tavern. Pleasant, peaceful place for once. Without music that makes me feel like someone is about to stab us in the back. Can we beat Dandelion there? We actually run faster when we're in group stance. Fun fact. If you're in strong stance, you're the slowest. Followed by quick stance, followed by group stance. You're just running around for the sake of running around. You're actually fastest when you have your sword out and in group stance. There's the inn. Now that we've apparently found a relatively safe place to hang out, let's just, take a second. Take a deep breath. Loop the barrels. And maybe have room for the stuff, but probably don't. Oh, also we could have done that to make a little bit of space. And there are a few people over here, but I think, yeah, let's stop by the inn. Oh, and the notice board. So this, hold on. How big is this establishment? Very small. Oh, wow. the Naiad's bathing spot is all the way over here? Oh, she did say in the murky waters, so that's true. It just seems like we've entered pretty far from that place now. Passage to the lakeside. Alina's house, who's the person who's supposedly taking care of Alvin. That's the river, and then a whole bunch of unexplored territory, but nice that there's at least some sort of establishment here. I know we've seen little houses here and there, but some abandoned places too, with monsters in them. Mostly, I just want a place where we can store some stuff, spend the night,
Can I help you?
and generally not constantly worried about scary music and scary monsters. You know that part where you asked if you could help me?
May
I'd
I
like to
help
take you up on that offer.
I have questions.
Ask, traveller.
What's special about this settlement?
Murky waters. We live in seclusion.
Definitely.
Tobias Hoffman leads us. Know, too, that our ancestors once inhabited the underwater city.
Huh?
Tell me about Tobias.
He lives in the village but prepares for a wedding, so likely has no time.
I'll talk to him anyway.
If he's occupied, try speaking with his future son-in-law, Julian.
Thanks for the advice.
May I help you?
Other than that,
Questions.
Ask,
there was that
traveller.
part where you
What's special about this
mentioned
settlement?
that you had an underwater city?
Underwater city?
Lake waters engulfed the underwater city. Some say the gods were angered by debauchery. Now the Vodianoi inhabit the city.
Did I sense pride?
We glory in our ancient heritage, just as we take pride in our prize-winning cow. As
Do
for
you
our
now?
ancestors' bad habits, much has changed since then.
Yeah, I was
Winning cow.
wondering about that.
She's in the corral between the houses. Our pride and joy. She's made Murky Waters famous.
Thanks for the story.
Alright, timing on how long that cow is going to live. I'm going to say 2.5 quests before someone destroys that thing. There's no way it's lasting through the end of this chapter, right? Or gets captured.
I
I think
have
there was
questions.
one other
Ask.
What's spe-
question about
The underwater
this, and then what do you know?
Illinois?
An ancient underwater race.
We
used
do
to
know a little bit
respect
about,
each other,
granted.
but relations have worsened.
Tell me about them.
They appeared long ago, before the city was engulfed. They live in underwater palaces. They produce tools
Nice.
and baubles, including the famous Stones of Iz, supposedly magical. Their warriors, though fierce in battle, seldom attack on land. They chiefly drive away treasure hunters.
An underwater
Kinda
race
like
of rational
us.
beings. Interesting.
Of rational beings.
That smells vile.
That's just ludicrous.
May I help you?
Right,
Got any
now,
rooms?
5
let's see if we
orens.
can stay the night. Yeah, we do have talents to spend. Okay, that's very nice. I would love, or granted, apparently it was about to be dawn. There's Julian, the notable son-in-law to be. So I was talking about how it would be really nice if we could maybe go around that area when it's not dark and full of monsters, and with maybe music that is truly soothing, and not just soothing you, or not just luring you in with a false sense of soothingness, if that's a word, only to surprise you with crazy, loud, and sudden drum beats. So, well, apparently we only need to wait like half an hour for that to be a thing. But we'll stay there for a little while longer. And can we actually spend these points? We can. So let's see. We have 4 and 4. I think the silver stuff. Last time, I think we upgraded our strength and our dexterity options, and maybe even stamina. I think we did, in order to give ourselves the ability to upgrade our weapon attacks even further. So I think that is probably something that we will look to do this time around. We set ourselves up for that. Question in that case would be, what do we prefer? Strong, fast, group? Do we prefer steel? Do we prefer sword or silver? because we're not going to have enough to do all of those things simultaneously. We do 2/3 of it. So I think that means if I had any sense as to which one we're going, or which type of enemy we're going to run into more often, then that'd help. But I think we've deviated a bit from using group stance, so I'm going to continue to deviate from it further by upgrading strong silver, fast silver, strong steel, and fast steel, and Bastille. Ayo. So then with the bronze, tend to think those are things that we ought to use on the sign upgrades, unless there are other things here that we have neglected, but most of the stuff, I believe, requires mutagens. Unless we do this. Tons of damage when we're on low HP. It's a little too niche for me. Yes, could of course get you out of a pinch on occasion. But I think Igni, just the fire one, sounds good to me. We'll probably take that. This is the shield. This is the possession. I think those are my next favorite ones, after, of course, the force push that we use most often, the Ard. So let's upgrade these with our last spots. And then we meditate. Alright. Dandelion's back. Innkeeper's back. There are actually people in this tiny little abandoned town. And look at that! There's actually happy music! What I would like to believe is real happy music, and not poser happy music that's actually going to surprise us. So with that, I think this is a good place for us to wrap up this video. We have, I think, a lot to continue to explore in the next one, so we'll see just how far we can go into this new area. But we gotta wrap up now, so hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.